This will be a reading focused on the energy between Amberlynn, Reed, and Becky during their connection. If you're new to my channel, I like to peek through the blinds of the person on your mind, or be a fly on the wall of a connection or person, see what the cards have to say. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I'm curious what the cards say. So I'm going to focus on Amberlynn's energy, what her intentions and feelings were towards Becky, and vice versa. Show me Amberlynn's energy. What represented or represents Amberlynn's energy towards Becky in that connection when they were together? Like, what was the Queen of Cups, and it came out in reverse. Okay. Well, I'm going to say that Amberlynn, during the time of connecting with Becky, was represented by this Queen of Cups in reverse. It flew out like in reverse. So this represents a person who is not in control of their emotions, not in control, like indulging in things that are probably unhealthy. I'm going to say, since we're talking about Amberlynn, it was probably binge eating and also drinking too much. And just having no control, really, of their emotions. I would even call this energy manic. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anyone. Trigger warning. If you don't, I don't know why you'd be watching this unless you know Amberlynn and Becky and their situation and story and etc. so on. But if you don't, we're going to be talking about, I guess, mental illnesses, EDs, things like that. So trigger warning. So anyways, if you're new to tarot or whatever, that's what this card is about when it's in reverse. It's just not stable. Probably, you know, drinking too much, and reminds me of someone that, you know, yeah, like, up and down in their emotions. So someone that, like, I'm not saying that this person, that Amberlynn has any specific mental illness, but that's what I felt, just like, you know, yeah, alright. So, okay. So, during the time, this is what the cards are saying. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. During the connection, Amberlynn was probably drinking too much, overly emotional, not in control of what their emotions, up and down in their emotions. This is my sneaky 7. If you watch my readings, you know I feel really strongly about certain cards. The 7 of Swords is one of them. In this card, this person's crossing their fingers. So the 7 of Swords, it represents a liar, a sneak, sometimes a thief. And in this card, just this really stands out. Sometimes I call this the white liar, the person that lies because they feel they need to lie to not hurt the other person. So I'm saying all this because I feel like, so when I do these readings, I'm a fly on the wall. I'm peeking through the blinds of this person. I'm speaking like as this person sees and feels, okay? So Amberlynn, when she connected with Becky, like I said, you was there, upside down with the emotions, not not a balanced feminine energy, okay? An imbalanced feminine energy, to sum it up, was either lying to themselves or straight out lying to the other person, being Becky, about what they were feeling or how they, you know, what they wanted. So for Amberlynn, she was in a nightmare, okay? She's imbalanced. She's not feeling balanced as a human being emotionally. Maybe felt like, maybe they do look at themselves like they're a liar. Feeling like they have to tell certain fibs in order to, I feel like, survive. Okay? That's how they look at it and view it anyway. Or maybe they don't even question it because they're so emotionally unstable in this here. This is the nightmare card. Alright? It's a nightmare. I'm in a nightmare. I have worms in my brains and I'll never be the same. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So, Amberlynn saw herself being in a nightmare. May have literally been having trouble sleeping, which I'm sure she does anyway. I'm not trying to be funny. And this is the Page of Swords. So, sometimes we call this the spy. This is the energy by itself. This card just is the energy that is desiring to gain information. Okay, sometimes it's finding information, gaining information. Seeing this temperance underneath here, it's just making me feel that, like, everything I said here, imbalanced, emotionally, not stable anyway. Coming forth already as a fibber and lying towards Becky's, you know, towards Becky's energy, and doing it like saying to themselves that, like, you know, I'm in a nightmare and this is what I have to do is lie. That's how I feel Amberlynn looks at it or feels about it. Whatever it was that she lied about, which I'm going to say is her feelings and things. Probably everything. Because I don't think this person totally knows who they are. Anyway, so I don't know how someone can be themselves or honest with another energy when they don't truly know themselves, if that makes sense. But I'm going to say that this is representing that Amberlynn either went out of her way to get information about Becky, and this is just what I'm feeling, so I'm just going to say, either about things that Becky might like or find interesting, or things that might make Becky be more interested in Amberlynn as a person. But I don't think that it took that much effort, because I think Becky already knew who Amberlynn was. Maybe this is representing the message that she had gotten from Becky, which then maybe put in Amberlynn's head, this could be a way out of my nightmare, that, you know, Becky could be the way out of my nightmare, and that Becky, this could represent how she kind of viewed Becky's energy, a more balanced energy, someone that's very patient. This is Temperance, Sagittarius energy, someone that's quick-witted, someone that's fun. The energy is fun, but also, like, down to earth, like they have one foot in, one foot out. They definitely more mature, like she might have looked at Becky as a more mature energy that was going to be very patient with Amberlynn. All right, let's see, how was Becky feeling in this beginning, connecting with Amber? What was Becky's intentions or feelings towards Amberlynn? Oh, Ten of Swords. Okay, well, I'm sure that's how she feels now. Why is the Ten of Swords here? Okay. So, alright, this is what this makes me feel. Becky, from the very beginning, this is what the cards are saying, so I don't know, only Becky knows, and Amberlynn know deep down in their souls what they were feeling. But, like, I was asking, like, how did Becky feel in the beginning of the connection? Like, so, this is the Ten of Swords. And then that wasn't I needed something to clarify. So then the World came out. So I don't know if this is saying that Becky always felt that Amberlynn was going to betray her. She may have always deep down felt, or maybe even disconnected from Amberlynn's energy. Maybe Becky had had her heart broken by someone else, where she had a bad experience feeling betrayed by others in general. This could say, like, she felt like her connection with Amberlynn in the beginning would be something that could erase the old betrayal. Like, if she did feel like a betrayal from an old relationship, she may have had hopes in the beginning that if Becky already felt heartbroken from a past situation or something, she may have looked at it or felt like this was going to help her move on from that. Or it's saying she may have gotten a hint of certain type of something from the very beginning and may have already had a gut feeling, or other people may have said to her, this person's gonna betray you. And the World makes me feel like, if that is the case, what I just said about this, that it's because Amber, like, this card for me sometimes represents a person that, like, it's the World card, but, like, here, it just makes me feel like a person who wants everything to be about them. So, or this could be saying that Becky, deep down, knew by getting into a connection with Amberlynn, she would be betraying herself and sacrificing pieces of her own life and world, the world that she had already built for herself, because of how dependent Amberlynn is. Like, Becky may have recognized that and sacrificed her own self and her own world for this person. Alright. With the Justice on the bottom, this could be saying, like, Becky thought, or hoped that there would be some balance in this connection, that there could be, like, a friendship and a love relationship. I think Becky also felt maybe insecurities about her own self, and was probably, at this time when they connected, Amberlynn and Becky may have already been in her head, not comfortable with herself physically or mentally. Like, she may have already felt like she was kind of in a place where she was finding herself, so to speak. And Becky may have been focused on a new beginning of where she was focused on truth. Like, I do believe these swords here, this might have been what betrayed or made Becky feel betrayed, or what she betrayed herself with, if that's what it's about. Maybe Becky feels like if Becky had more balance in her own self, she would not have been manipulated by these swords. Okay? A lot of swords here. Yeah, all the swords like this could represent maybe how Becky had a feeling deep within, but ignored it, or looked past it, or in her mind just like validated reasons of why, you know, it could work out. Or maybe she wasn't thinking of how much it would affect her world. So, what was Amberlynn's end game in her relationship with Becky? Like, what was like the end game purpose? Again, a sword. The King of Swords. Huh. What is Okay. Justice landed like that. I'm gonna say that Amberlynn with the swords. So the King of Swords, this card, he's like cold and sharp with his words. That's what it makes me feel like. And with this landing on the side, I feel like Amberlynn may have always had, or at some point, utilized, like, became like a bully. It created imbalance in the connection. The Hermit, the Nine of Wands, Queen of Swords, more swords, Six of Swords, the Lovers. So, Amberlynn from the beginning, this is what I feel, so I'm just gonna say it. This card, like, swords are about, like, clarity, wisdom, like, knowledge. It can also be, like, an energy defending itself, defending its truth, all sorts of, you know, and what we said here with the 7 and 9 of swords, the 10s. So it's like all these swords. So this is what I feel, so I'm just gonna say it, that Amberlynn, whether it was like from the very beginning, but at some point, okay, like, made a decision to kind of be a bully and be sharp with the words kind of thing, knowing it would bring in balance, not caring, maybe even doing it on purpose, like, to create imbalance. This is saying to me, like, when I'm like, what's the end game? This is like hermit energy is sometimes ghosting. When it's not physically ghosting, sometimes I say it's just feeling like the person's not there, even though they're there next to us. Like, we feel like they're not there. And the Nine of Wands is the energy that has come back after. It's already been through a battle. And it's like standing, kind of PTSD-ish, where it's ready to fight again. And this energy really carries all these shadows with it, like, and this Queen of Swords, much like the King of Swords, can be an energy that is, this one is more cunning, like he's sitting there, just more cold, a cold person, but this energy is ready to, like, fight. She's standing up, her sword is up, I don't know if at some point Amber in her mind, like, left the relationship, whether physically desiring to leave or to push Becky away, or in her mind always knowing, like, that's how it's gonna be eventually. Someone's gonna leave. Like abandonment issues with this. Like pushing people away before you even let them really get in or be close, because abandonment issues kind of work like that. Purposefully picking fights and a lot of bully energy. And like, this is escaping the Six of Swords. And this is either a Gemini energy. This could represent how, like, there's two sides to Amberlynn. One that desires, like, an innocent, beautiful, real love, but then does things without knowing it or knowing it that cause either the person to, like, mentally have to want to escape or feel, like, smothered by the connection with this part. Like literally the other person would feel smothered by Amberlynn, like drowned, like almost like they were being drowned by them or something. This here tells me that there might have been this Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. This kind of tells me that Amberlynn might have had, like a desire to gain, financially gain from this connection, to take more than she was going to give back financially. All right, these are all pentacles. And to use sex, all right? With the Ace of Wands being here, that's what it makes me feel. Either, like, using sex or, like, the part of the relationship that has to do with passion or making someone feel good about themselves, okay? If that makes sense. And yeah, this could even say, like, that, like, Amberlynn with this card, like, was always kind of like, keeps their real self hidden because there's so much darkness connected to whatever battle they feel like they had in the past that they can't really remove themselves from. And just without realizing it or making a conscious choice to be, like, a defensive energy that, like, doesn't really think before they speak. Like, it's not what we say, it's how we say it, but, like, doesn't utilize that, you know, and may actually ruin relationships from the start, or see deep, or feel deep down that no matter what, someone's gonna leave her. Like, people are gonna leave her in love relationships and love connections, or want to escape her. That's what I felt. So, guess I'll ask, like, the same thing for Becky. Like, what was Becky's, like, end game kind of desires or feelings by being in this relationship? What does she desire? What did Becky desire out of this connection with Amberlynn? Aw. So, It's pretty simple on Becky's side, the King of Discs. This is a card, like, of nurturing, rooting. This is, like, abundance, stability. So, Becky probably just ultimately, very simply, in having a connection with Amberlynn, in her heart and soul, desired just, like, a practical connection with a person that she could probably grow with, build things with, and have security with. That was her desire. And with the Hermit being here, and again this Six of Swords, and this Hierophant, I feel like Becky may have felt like it took a lot for her to come out of her shell, to put herself out. This tells me that Becky also probably had fears or feelings of people maybe not sticking around, you know, separate from Amberlynn's connection, like, in general. And for Becky, it may have been, either this is saying that for Becky to come out of her shell felt like an escape. So maybe that was like maybe a small positive thing that came out of the connection with Amberlynn, that Becky may have felt like she had an opportunity to show herself to people that otherwise she wouldn't have, if not for, you know, that connection. She could feel like in general, just to be in the connection, it took a lot for her, like I said, to come out of her shell. She may also have had or has feelings about being left. And I think this is the Hierophant card, and for me that's like the marriage card. So Becky probably did hope at one time, or think, that they were going to be together, live together, have a committed relationship, maybe even get married. That's what that says there. And I'm going to leave it there. If you guys have any requests for certain types of readings, specific zodiac signs, or people, situations, things like that, leave it in the comments. If you made it to the end, thanks for watching. If you want to support what I do, like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and you can buy me a coffee, or if you would like a personal reading, check out in my description how to contact me. God bless, guys. Hope to see you next time.